The movie begins in Denver, USA with a man named Gunter. Gunnar has a hideout behind his house where he lives with a group of dogs and cats. We see a large pit bull dog and her 3 puppies, a male puppy and 2 female puppies. We also see another cat with her kittens. They all live together in the same place in love and safety. But one day the animals are surprised by a policeman named Chuck with Gunter. They have dog traps with them, so they take the mother pit bull dog, a male puppy, and a female puppy. But the other female puppy hides from them, so they settle for the 3 dogs they took and leave. The little puppy is sad for her brother, sister, and mother. The mother cat starts taking care of the female puppy and looking after her as if she were one of her kittens, in order to compensate for the mother's love that she lost. Thea is a young man named Lucas who lives with his mother Terry. Lucas's house in front of Gunter's house. Lucas works as an employee in a hospital for retired Army veterans. His mother Terry is being treated in the same hospital where he works because she suffers from depression. Terry used to be his supervisor in the U.S. Army before she retired. Lucas with his friend Olivia, who works with Lucas in the same hospital. Lucas wants to show her the little dogs and cats who live in the hideout behind their neighbor Gunter's house. They are very happy when they see these animals and the female puppy. As soon as she sees Lucas, she runs to him because she loved him from the first seen him. Lucas likes her and decides to take her and raise her in his house, especially since he expects his mother to love her. This dog might get her out of her depression. After that, Olivia leaves. Lucas goes to his house and surprises his mother with the little puppy. Lucas tells her that they are going to bring her here to break their loneliness. So Terry is a little hesitant at first, but she immediately agrees because she loved the little puppy from the first time she saw her. They decide to name her Bella. Lucas calls the animal shelter and gives them Gunnar's house address. Lucas tells them that there is a group of cats in a hiding place behind Gunnar's house and they need care. Bella starts getting used to Lucas and his mother day after day. Months pass and Bella grows up. Terry takes Bella and they go for a walk together. She ties her up with a belt around her neck. After that, Terry returns home with Bella and they are about to enter the house. She is surprised by Gunter, their neighbor, who comes in front of her door and stands there telling her that her son Lucas keeps calling the animal shelter. Every time he calls them, he complains and tells them that he has cats at home and neglects them, so that the animal shelter can send someone to take the cats from there. Gunnar continues and tells Terry that because of these complaints, he is suffocating and upset. He assures her that he doesn't have cats at home in the first place. Terry tells him that the cats are at his house, but he denies it and silences Gunter for a while and asks her about the dog Bella and tells her that she looks cute. Terry sarcastically tells him that this dog was found next to the cats whose existence he denies. Gunnar tells her that he doesn't want to get into a war with her and her son. He considers his coming to them a warning so that her son doesn't keep bothering him because Gunnar has a lot of work and wants to finish it. But Terry challenges him too and tells him what she wants to do. Do it. He walks and leaves her, and winter comes and snow falls on the city of Denver. Bella is very happy with the snow, and Lucas takes her to the public garden, or where the snow covers its green lands. Bella is playing there and is very happy, and Lucas returns home with Bella at night. While he was inside the house, he found a paper stuck to the door, so he took it and entered the house with it, he and Bella. Terry is sitting inside waiting, and Lucas reads the paper, and they learn from it that she was sent to him by the owner of the house in which they live, because they didn't take it from him, and the owner of the house wrote to them on the paper that he would come home tomorrow morning to fix the faucet they had broken. They don't know how to react because none of them will be at home the next day because Lucas will be at work in the hospital. At the same time, Terry is going to the same hospital to complete her treatment sessions. Of course, it would not be useful for them to leave Bella alone in the house, because if the owner of the house saw her, he would report her to the stray dog shelter or the police. They decide to take her with them to the hospital and hide her there in a way that keeps Bella from showering so she doesn't expose them, because of course they are forbidden to take it with them there. They go to the hospital and take her in with them, and Terry goes to have her treatment session. Lucas carefully and calmly pulls Bella back and takes her into the medicine and equipment store and asks her to stay here until he finishes work. He warns her not to make a sound so that she doesn't get caught, so Bella actually shakes her head, thinking that she will hear the words. Lucas leaves her, locks the door behind her, and goes to the hospital director, Dr. Garen's room, to hand over a job he was assigned to do. While they were talking, they hear Bella barking through the air conditioning vents. Garen gets worried and asks Lucas what that sound is. Lucas immediately leaves him and quickly goes to the equipment storeroom to get Bella out of it, because if he leaves her any longer, she will expose him in the entire hospital. And when Lucas goes to the storeroom to see Bella, he finds Olivia there with her. So he asks Olivia to take care of Bella for an hour until his mail time because he has important work to do with Dr. Guerin. And before Olivia can answer him, the hospital supervisor, whose name is Teo, enters. He sees Bella and tells them that they are not allowed to bring dogs here. But Lucas apologizes to him and tells him that she is their dog, and if they had left her at home, the owner of the house would have seen her and thrown them out of the house. Teo excuses himself, takes Bella from him, and takes her into the hall where patients gather. They also have Terry with them, so they are very happy with Bella's presence and love her. She also begins to love each one of them, and day after day, Bella gets used to going with Lucas and his mother to the hospital and spending a nice time with her friends there. Of course, all of this without Dr. Guerin's knowledge. One night, Gunter decides to take revenge on Lucas. He agreed with the policeman and told him that Lucas and his mother were looking after his stray dog in his house. Gunter asked him to go home and take the dog from them so they could lock her up in a stray dog shelter. Shaq knocks on Lucas's house at night. He finds him because of the dog and threatens him that if they find this dog in the street, they will take it from him and lock it in a stray dog shelter. He leaves her and walks away. Lucas and his mother worry about Bella. The next day, they start teaching Bella that when they leave her in the street anywhere, she can find her way back home again using her sense of smell. Because if she goes out with them in the street and the policeman Shaq or someone from the dog shelter tries to take her from them, then they can make her escape from him as soon as they tell her to go back home. At that time, she runs away and runs quickly to the house and hides there. Bella actually succeeds in knowing how to go back home every time they leave her in the street. One day, Bella is sitting in Lucas's room and she sees a squirrel through the window and decides to chase it. So she jumps out the window to run after the squirrel and keeps running after it until Lucas finds her. Lucas annoys her because he might have lost her. Before they go back home, Lucas is surprised by the policeman Shaq and two other policewomen. Shaq has a long pair of pliers to catch Bella with. Lucas refuses to hand her over to him and asks Bella to run home like he taught her, but she refuses to run and leaves him. When Bella refuses to run away and leave him, Lucas cannot object to the police's decision. He asks Chuck to carry Bella and put her in the car himself without Chuck holding her by the neck in such a humiliating way. Chuck agrees and Lucas feels sorry for Bella, but he is forced to put her in the car's cage. Chuck takes her to a dog shelter and locks her up there like any other street dogs. She is in a bad psychological state. Bella misses playing and the good times she had with Lucas. One day, Lucas and Olivia go to the dog shelter. The employee there brings them Bella from the cage. Bella is very happy when she sees them, and they are happy with her too. They pay a fine for Bella, and the employee warns them and tells them that the city of Denver has a law prohibiting the breeding of pit bull dogs because it is a dangerous and ferocious dog. That's why they'll leave her to him this time. But if she sees her again in the street, they'll beat her with fire without asking him for permission, because then they will consider her a stray dog. It annoys Lucas and Olivia. They tell the employee that what she is saying is against animal protection laws. It is not Bella's fault that she is a dog that pees, and on the contrary, they tell her that Bella is a very good and obedient dog, and even the people who know her all love her, and she loves them. But the employee tells them that the law is the law. It won't help if they exclude her from it. Lucas asks her if they go to another state that doesn't have this law, would it be okay or not? The employee tells him that, of course it's possible, and that they can raise this dog in another state as they please, and he can take her out of the house as well if he wants. Olivia suggests to Lucas that they take Bella to her Uncle Jose in New Mexico. Lucas, he rules out the distance a lot and tells her that New Mexico is about 400 miles away. That would be a long distance for Lucas to see Bella. At this rate, he wouldn't be able to go to her more than once a week at most. But Lucas agrees in the end because he has no other choice. So they decide to send Bella, Olivia's uncle, away until Lucas finds a house for him and his mother to live in another state that doesn't have a law against dogs like Denver. Then they can bring Bella to live with them again. At night, Lucas says goodbye to Bella. Terry takes her with her in the car and travels to New Mexico and hands her over to Jose. Jose likes her very much, but Bella can't get used to him or the house. She wants to go back and live with Lucas in his house. One day, Jose gets a call from Lucas asking about Bella and informing him. Jose finds a new home in another state that doesn't have a law against dogs. They're going to move there soon, but first he's going to come and take Bella away from him so she can stay with them again with her mother. Lucas calls him and thanks him for taking Bella in. Unfortunately, Bella runs away from Jose's garden before Lucas can leave. For her, She decides to go back to Lucas's house again, but she doesn't know that it's a long journey. At the same time that Bella decides to go back to Denver again, Lucas and Olivia are in the opposite direction and entering the state of New Mexico. Bella begins her journey back to Denver, and when it gets dark, she spends the night in the middle of the forest. The next day when the sun rises, she continues on her way, but she enters through the middle of the forest to be safe, away from the highway. At the same time, her walk through the middle of the forest is important, so that she can find food, and she drinks it in the forest. Bella is hungry and reaches a city called Durango, and walks in the streets, trying to find anything to eat. She finds dogs eating from the garbage in the street, but they are clean-looking dogs, so she thinks of going to them to share and eat with them. But a huge dog among them looks at her, but he got angry and Bella was afraid to eat with them. But Bella finds a small dog that scares the big dog and forces him to move away to allow Bella to come eat with them. Bella is surprised by the dog's strong personality, despite his small size. She goes to eat with them from the garbage and then befriends all the dogs, and they show her during the day how to eat and drink while she is in the street. That same day at night, all the dogs go to their owners' houses, and Bella discovers that they are not street dogs. The whole story is that their owners release them in the streets all day long. They return to their owners' homes by themselves at night. The little dog takes Bella to his owner's house. He stops barking at her at the entrance of the house as if he is offering her to come with him to the house instead of staying in the street. He stops barking at her at the entrance of the house as if he is offering her to come with him to the house instead of staying in the street. But Bella thinks about Lucas and Terry and feels that they are her family and that their house is her home. So she refuses to go in with the little dog. The little dog gets tired of her and goes into his owner's house and leaves her. Then Bella continues on her way, because she is very determined to reach Lucas and his mother, no matter how difficult this journey is. She reaches a river and starts drinking from it. She hears the sound of gunshots in the forest and smells blood. She starts following the scent and finds a large leopard dead on the ground after the hunters killed it. She approaches him and finds it difficult, but she finds two hunters running towards her, so she hides from them. When the hunters see the cheetah they have hunted, they are very happy because they will sell its fur for $1,000. Bella finds a baby cheetah, and it is clear that the cheetah that was killed was its mother. The baby cheetah keeps following her, and Bella feels that this baby cheetah needs someone to take care of it. Bella starts taking care of it, giving it water and feeding it from the food she finds as if it were its mother, just like the cat that raised it when it was little. Bella starts to get along with the baby cheetah, and they share together the food that they find, hunt, or even steal from people. Bella and the little leopard are surprised by a group of wolves that start to surround them. The little leopard runs away from them with Bella. The wolves run after them until they reach a tree trunk. The little leopard climbs on top of it to protect itself from the wolves, and Bella starts to defend it, so she barks at the wolves to push them away. But the wolves remain standing and want to attack them. Then 3 adventurers arrive who love to go on exploratory trips. They push the wolves away from Bella and the little leopard and save them. They like Bella very much, so they decide to keep her with them throughout the trip they are taking in the middle of the forest. But they refuse to take the little leopard with them. At night, they camp in the forest and cook and eat Bella. They know that her name is Bella because there is a collar with her name written on it around her neck and Lucas's phone number written next to it. Because Lucas did this so that if Bella ever got lost from him, he would be able to find her. One of the adventurers calls Lucas to tell him that he found Bella. Lucas doesn't answer, so the man finds the voicemail answering. Before he can leave Lucas a voice message and tell him his number so he can call him, Bella starts barking. The man can't talk, and here the little leopard appears in front of the man, so he gets scared, and the phone falls from his hand to the ground. Bella leaves the adventurers and continues her journey with the little leopard in the forest. A long time passes on their journey. It snows because they have reached winter. Of course, Bella loves snow very much. She discovers that the little leopard loves it too. They keep playing and sliding on the snow. One day, Bella and the little leopard find a man skiing on the ice with his dog. I know that this man's name is Krish, and his dog's name is Dutch. Dutch starts barking loudly at Bella and the little leopard as soon as he sees them. He runs towards them to attack them, even though his friend Krish prevented him from doing so. When Dutch runs towards Bella, he causes an avalanche in the ice beneath him, causing the snow behind Krish to collapse. The torrent of ice drags Krish for a long distance until it buries him in the snow. 2 other young ice skaters see what's happening. Their names are Given and Taylor. They find Bella going to the dog Dutch to help him search for his owner and digging with him in the snow. Given and Taylor think that the dogs are Krish's. They manage to get Krish out of the ice, but he is unconscious. They call an ambulance and Krish is taken to the hospital. Given and Taylor are forced to take Bella and Dutch until their friend is released from the hospital. Bella gets upset because she left the little leopard and they part ways. After more than a month of the snow accident, Krish's sister calls Taylor asking them to return their dog Dutch. Taylor thinks that she forgot to tell him about Bella. Taylor and Given take the dogs and go to Krish's house. But Krish tells them that Bella is not his dog and that he does not know them, and that his sister rushed and asked them for Dutch because he is still sick and will not be able to take care of Dutch. So he tells them to take the dogs again. Given and Taylor are happy that they will take the dogs and go home. Bella runs away until she returns to Lucas. She gets separated and walks in the forest. Then Bella meets a homeless person who takes her to stay with him in the street. Two boys are walking by the river and see Bella tied up with the chain, so they untie her. Bella continues her journey and is chased by wolves who surround her and clash with her. But the little leopard saves her because it is now big and strong. The leopard and Bella continue their journey together. They arrive in Denver. The cheetah returns to the forest, and Bella continues on her way to Lucas's house inside the city, but is hit by a car and breaks her arm. But she runs towards Lucas's house. When she arrives, she finds a strange woman in the house. The woman calls the police, and Officer Shaq comes and arrives at the house and sees Bella and remembers her. But she runs away from him and goes to the Veterans Hospital. Lucas, Terry, and Olivia see her and take her for treatment, but Shaq stops them to detain her. The sheriff arrives and says that he has to detain the dog. But all the veterans in the hospital refuse. The sheriff is afraid of them and allows them to keep Bella. Lucas, his mother, and Olivia travel and take Bella with them to another state to live there away from the laws against dogs.